Hello, welcome to Batman Europe and thank you for joining us for our winter British Railway announcements. It may be our final instalment for 2023, but we've certainly got a busy winter ahead as we unveil today for you 4 brand new tooling projects. So let's take a look and see what we have in store, shall we? Before we dive headfirst into our new models for winter 2023, let's take a quick look at what's arrived in stores recently, and we start with the 00 scale Class 40s that have been released following upgrades which include a Flux 22 DCC interface, twin speakers and new lighting functions. New tooling options have also been added to model the Scottish region locomotives, a modern day machine Andania with its disc head codes and high intensity headlight. More Class 20s have arrived in BR Green, weathered BR Blue and Rail Freight Red Stripe liveries, along with Class 37s in Rail Freight Red Stripe and Large Logo Blue livery. And we've also received further supplies of 3 popular 37s from our initial selection, Loch Lomond, Mary Queen of Scots and Sir Murray Morrison. For the steam enthusiast, our Tyne-Dock 9Fs have arrived, complete with their Westinghouse pumps as fitted to those locomotives used on the Consett iron ore trains. The new refurbished SEPs have also hit the shelves recently, appearing as a 4 TEP in BR Blue and Grey livery and a 3 SEP in South West Trains colours. For both models, we have been able to offer lower prices than initially expected. Head over to our website for full details of all our products and their prices. New rolling stock has come in the form of the BR Mark 1 Suburban coaches, which are available now in BR Crimson, BR Lined Maroon or BR Blue, with 3 vehicles available in each livery. In N scale, the BR Standard 5MT and LMS IVET 2MT have both arrived following their upgrades to allow sound-fitted models to be offered for the first time. The Class 14 Diesel Shunter is another recipient of sound-fitted upgrades, and 3 models have been released. The first of our new Graham Forrest train sets has arrived, with the Western Rambler available in stores now. Including a complete train, track and controller, our train sets are the perfect entry point for anyone just getting started in N scale. Mark 1 coaches have continued to arrive during the autumn, but it is the Mark 2Fs that have come in numbers, including examples in BR Blue and Grey, Intercity Swallow, Virgin Trains, ScotRail Saltire and Network Rail colours. The other major addition to the range has been the Thompson coaches. 5 types, including the full brake for the first time, are available now in LNE Arctique, BR Crimson and Cream and BR Maroon. Further rolling stock has been released in the form of the new tooling MXA Lobster wagons and the OBA Open wagons. The EFE rail range has seen the arrival of the O-scale Class 15 diesels, along with the cross-country 4-coach sets and LSWR vans in 00 scale. In N scale, the WD Austerity saddle tanks made their debut at the N-Gauge show, whilst the PBA Tiger wagons had arrived a few weeks earlier. With autumn signalling the start of the traditional modelling season, our exhibition team have been busy out and about at shows around the country in recent months, bolstered by the arrival of our new exhibitions officer, Gary. With visits to Northampton, the N-Gauge show, Folkestone, Hinckley and most recently Gaydon for the Great British Model Railway show, all under our belt already, next we head to Spalding for what many regard as the East of England's premier event. The end of November marks our final outing for 2023, and it's the big one, the Worley National Model Railway Exhibition, which is proudly sponsored by Bachmann and Graham Farish. Held at the NEC Birmingham, this year we have something exciting to share with you as we invite you to join us in the Kinesis Theatre. What is Kinesis, I hear you ask? Well, you'll just have to visit us at Worley to find out. Alongside the Kinesis Theatre, the team will be on hand throughout the weekend showcasing our products and ready to chat about the latest developments across the Bachmann ranges. We will also be joined by Peter Marriott and Paul Rice, providing expert hands-on demonstrations of Woodland Scenics products. For many years, the Woodland Scenics Just Plug range has been the go-to solution for anyone wishing to add lighting to their model railway or diorama. The easy-to-use system, which simply plugs together, negates the need for specialist tools or electrical knowledge. We've already worked with Woodland to produce some British-style streetlights, and now we've collaborated to create these wooden yard lamps, typical of the type found in railway yards throughout the UK. Supplied in packs of 3, these 00 scale lamps feature a weathered wooden pole, detailed ladder and sturdy concrete base, along with the classic lamp head which is lit with a warm white LED. These lamps are in stock now, so if you're already using Just Plug, you can add some in an instant, or head to our website to explore the full system if you're just getting started. Hornby Magazine recently revealed the winners of its annual Hornby Magazine Awards, with Batman taking the top prize in the narrow gauge category. Pipping two Batman narrow gauge counterparts to first place was the Quarry Hunzut locomotive, first released at the end of 2022. We'd like to say a big thank you to all the Hornby Magazine readers who took the time to vote for our products. The annual Batman Collectors Club Members' Day returned at the start of September, and it was a sunny day by the sea for our team and all the members who attended. The North Norfolk Railway staff and volunteers certainly did us proud and provided everyone with a wonderful day encompassing train rides, behind the scenes tours and a glimpse of the latest developments from the Batman ranges. The Members' Day is just one of the many benefits available to all Batman Collectors Club members. Why not join today and be ready to secure your free ticket for our next event? Sticking with the Batman Collectors Club, let's get the ball rolling on our new announcements for Winter 2023 by revealing our next club limited edition models. Red's the colour this winter, as we are delighted to present the N-Scale Ivet 2MT as number 46441 in BR Maroon livery. With the Graham Farish model fresh from its sound-fitted upgrades, we picked the unique maroon liveried Ivet as our next N-Scale limited edition, following the runaway success of its 00 counterpart many years ago. Number 46441 was saved for preservation by Dr. Peter Beat and was based at Steamtown Carnforth until the 1990s. Receiving its BR Line maroon livery with late crests in 1992, 46441 operated on the main line and preserve railways until 2002 when it went on static display at the Ribble Steam Museum. Today, the locomotive is under restoration at the Lakeside and Haverthwaite Railway. The Batman Collectors Club Limited Edition is available now in standard format or with sound fitted. Once again, we are offering our valued club members a 10% discount on the full RRP for these models. The red theme continues into 00 scale as we welcome a pair of BR Mark 1 POT post office stowage vans in original post office red livery, making the perfect companion to the post office sorting vans, both with and without nets. In the same attractive livery, our new models will allow impressive TPO trains to be assembled for the first time. Although the specific diagram of vehicle depicted by the Batman branchline model did not carry this livery in service, we have been inundated with requests for models in this original colour scheme, and so we are happy to meet those requests with this stunning pair of coaches. Again, each model is priced at 10% below the standard RRP, and both are in stock and available to order now. August saw Monk Bar Model Shop in York celebrate its 60th birthday, and Batman were delighted to be invited along to join in the celebrations. During the event, we also revealed our next sales area exclusive models, a pair of Scottish Class 20s in 00 scale, which are available now from retailers in Scotland, the North East and North West of England, and North Yorkshire, including Monk Bar models. We had a thoroughly enjoyable day out at Monk Bar Model Shop, and we wish Andy and the team every success for the next 60 years. In October, we visited the Festiniog Railway in North Wales to share with them the success of our recent Scenecraft models depicting the railway's harbour station in Porthmadog. A cheque for £1,500 was presented to Claire Britton, the railway's commercial manager, and Luke Griffin, the retail manager, in front of the buildings that provided the inspiration for our models. Today, the buildings continue to serve their original purpose as the main offices of the Festiniog Railway Company, whilst also housing the gift shop, from which, along with other Batman stockists, the Scenecraft models remain available while stocks last. Our time in North Wales was well spent as we also took the opportunity of the Festiniog Railway's Bygones weekend to launch models of the much awaited ladies, mainline Hunzuts Linda and Blanche. Offered in their current preserved form for the first time as coal-firing 240 saddle tanks with tenders, the two models and their sound-fitted equivalents were launched in partnership with the Festiniog Railway. In recognition of the railway's efforts to save and restore the pair, allowing us to make these fine models of them, initially the ladies were available exclusively from the Festiniog Railway shop, helping the railway to preserve and prosper whilst inspiring the next generation of railway enthusiasts. It is EFE Rail where we shall begin our new announcements for winter 2023, and first up we have more additions to the N-Scale locomotive lineup. The WD Austerity saddle tank will be appearing as Army No. 92 Wagoner in Army Green livery. Another military themed Austerity is No. 195, which carries Longmore military lined blue. No. 7 Robert took part in the Rainhill 150th anniversary celebrations, and the model of this popular locomotive in its lime green National Coalboard livery also joins the range. Finally, depicting a locomotive purchased as Army surplus by the LNER and classified as J94 is No. 8064 in LNER black. We also have more PBA clay Tiger wagons in N scale, with this pair in pristine English China clay blue, alongside a pair also in blue but with a weathered finish. A third pair are finished in the white livery of ECC International, and these are joined by two final wagons in white, complete with weathering. For 00 scale, the Pacer fleet expands with two new additions. These two car units depict Class 143 number 143624 in the Arriva Trains Wales livery, and Class 144 number 144013 in the BR Regional Railway scheme. Completing the EFE rail lineup and our first new tooling announcement this winter, we present the SR Booster locomotives. With the Southern Railway's electrified system growing rapidly, by the late 1930s plans were drawn up by Oliver Bulleid and electrical engineer Alfred Raworth for two experimental CoCo mixed traffic electric locomotives. With a much shorter distance between their front and rear pickups when compared to a multiple unit, locomotives could be prone to losing electrical pickup if any gap in the conductor rails was greater than the distance between the pickups, known as gapping. To overcome this, two motor generator sets and flywheels were included in the design to maintain power to the traction motors in the event of a brief loss of supply during gapping. The motor generator flywheel sets were referred to as boosters, giving these locomotives their name. Number CC1 was outshopped in 1941 and CC2 followed in 1945. The pair were renumbered as 20001 and 20002 respectively by BR, and were joined by 20003, which was built by BR in 1948, albeit with a much modified appearance. These EFE rail models had been crafted from scratch to depict the first two locomotives throughout their careers. The tooling suite allows for a wealth of variations to accurately capture each locomotive at various points in time, from the cab fronts to the sole bars, and with several detail options on the all-important bogies. Pantographs were fitted in a central well to allow operation in yards where overhead lines had been erected, and on the models these are reproduced in metal for full effect. Each model is driven by a 5-pole skew-wound motor, with flywheel driving all axles. An electrical pickup comes from all 12 wheels. Forward lighting works in the direction of travel, while independent cab lighting is operated via a magnetic wand on analog control, or with two dedicated functions when used on DCC. DCC provision comes by way of a 21-pin socket, and a speaker is pre-fitted to every model. Our first model depicts CC1 as it entered traffic in 1941, in photographic grey complete with 3 horizontal stripes culminating at the cab end, in what we would now call speed whiskers. Being wartime, the cab windows had metal plates added to the top and bottom to reduce the aperture, a detail not ignored on this EFE rail booster. Next is CC1 in malachite green livery, complete with southern lettering in the sunshine style. The original route stencils have been replaced with disc headcodes, and the cab windows are now restored to their full-size openings. CC2 emerged from Ashford Works in the same livery. However, our first model of CC2 carries the black and silver livery applied by BR around 1949, and numbered 20002. The addition of multiple working jumpers on the cab fronts are clear to see. Moving to the late 1950s, and the BR green livery was applied, as seen here on 20002, complete with white and red bodyside stripe. The last of our launch models depicts number 20001 in BR blue livery with full yellow ends, the condition in which it was withdrawn in 1969. Note the fitting of roller bearing axle boxes, the roof mounted horns and the roller blind route indicator, replacing the disc headcodes. Next we have new additions to our range of Scenecraft buildings, structures and accessories. Most of our new releases this winter are for N scale, and first we have this brick-based water tower, essential for any steam era layout. This model is available with red windows or with green windows. Ground frame huts control small areas of points and signals, and this hut comes in a green and cream colour scheme, or is also available in chocolate and cream. Moving to the station, our new suburban station comes complete with a canopy offering passengers protection from the elements, and this too is available with a choice of red doors, canopy pillars and window surrounds, or with these details painted green. Next is a more contemporary station structure and this platform ticket kiosk complete with BR double arrow logo. Finally, for N scale we have a pair of wooden platforms, ideal for creating a small halt or country station, and a pair of matching wooden platform ramps. In 00 scale we have just one new model this winter, but it's one that can't be missed. The impressive electric train depot provides a perfect solution to house your electric trains, from tube trains to EMUs and everything in between. You could even use this impressive structure as a steam or diesel depot. Each depot comes with an optional gable wall, allowing you to configure the model to your needs, and multiple depots can be joined together to create an even more impressive sight. Available with red or white windows. Finally, we welcome the return of the narrow gauge station. Inspired by Woody Bay on the Linton and Barnstaple Railway, our narrow gauge station is available with green doors and includes separate ladies' and gents' toilet facilities. A second version features red doors. Remember, every Scenecraft model is a finely detailed handcrafted masterpiece that is ready to place on your layout or diorama straight from the box, bringing your model railway to life in an instant. Staying with narrow gauge, and we now welcome 009 scale models of mainline Hunsets Linda and Blanche to the Bachmann narrow gauge range. Following their launch at the Festiniog Railway's Bygones weekend, from whom the pair are already available, the ladies will go on general sale later this month. Depicting Linda and Blanche in their latest preserved form as coal-firing 240 saddle tanks with tenders, each locomotive carries the vibrant Festiniog Railway lined green livery. Both models are available in standard format or with sound fitted. With the Gloucester bogie coaches set to arrive in 009 scale this winter, we are delighted to reveal that 3 more models are on the way too. 4 coaches were built for the Ashover Light Railway in Derbyshire in 1925, and number 4 joins the previously announced model of number 1. Number 4 is now preserved at the Golden Valley Light Railway in Derbyshire. 2 of the coaches were purchased by the Lincolnshire Coast Light Railway, and 1 received their rendition of Crimson and Cream livery, which is depicted by our second new model. Finally, we have Lincolnshire Coast Light Railway number 2, which in recent years has been repainted into maroon livery with Ashover style sign writing. Moving down to N scale, and we welcome further additions to the steam fleet, with the Ivat 2MT appearing in LMS black livery as number 6409. For the early BR period, we have number 46477 in lined black with early emblem. Preserved locomotive 46464 completes our trio, carrying BR lined black late crest livery. All 3 models are available in standard format or with sound fitted. We have more standard 5MTs this winter too, and again all will be available with or without sound fitted. Number 73100 is coupled to a BR1B tender and carries BR lined black with early emblem. Another era for example is number 73069, complete with BR1C tender in lined black. Our final 5MT for now is number 73026. Coupled to a BR1 tender, this locomotive is decorated in the attractive BR lined green livery and carries BR late crest. Next we have more additions to the multiple unit fleet, with further Class 158 2-car DMUs joining the models arriving this winter. And we are pleased to announce a price reduction which will benefit all of our soon to be released N-scale Class 158s. Additional running numbers will be available for our models in BR Regional Railways livery, depicting set number 158816 with destination blinds for Milford Haven, and in ScotRail Saltire with 158729 running to Dundee. A further example in GWR green livery depicts set 158750 working to Penzance, whilst another northern liveried set, number 158861, displays blinds for Carlisle. New liveries for the Class 158 depict number 158824 in Arriva Trains Wales livery, with destination blinds for Aberystwyth, and in East Midlands Trains livery is 158773, which is running to Nottingham. Each of these new 158s is available in standard format or with sound fitted. A major development for Graham Farish this winter is the upgrade of the Class 47 diesel locomotive. Not only have we developed new tooling to model the crew cut locomotives, but internally the Class 47 has been upgraded to allow sound fitted models to be offered for the first time. Now featuring a Next18 DCC decoder interface, pre-fitted speaker and with the addition of cab lights, the 3 previously announced cut cab 47s will now be offered with the option of sound fitted. Number 47814 Totnes Castle carries original Virgin Trains livery and makes the perfect motive power for our Mark IIF coaches. Carrying Rail Express Systems livery is 47745 Royal London Society for the Blind, whilst the third 47 to benefit from this upgrade is 47727 Rebecca in Colas Rail livery. We also welcome a new addition to the fleet this winter in the form of Class 47-4 number 47805 John Scott, which carries DRS Compass livery. John Scott will be available in both standard and sound fitted formats. Further BR Mark I coaches will be arriving this winter with a Taurus second open, a second corridor, a composite corridor and a brake second corridor, all decorated in BR Crimson and Cream livery. In BR Maroon livery will be a Taurus second open, a brake gangway, a second corridor, a restaurant miniature buffet, and a brake second corridor. Finally, we have 5 models finished in BR Blue and Grey, including a Taurus second open, a brake gangway, a restaurant miniature buffet, a composite corridor, and a brake second corridor. We also have 2 further BR Mark IIF coaches for you this winter, with an additional release of the ever popular Taurus second open in BR Intercity Swallow livery and in Virgin Trains colours, both complementing the Mark IIFs released earlier this year. The humble 16-tonne mineral wagon returns with a choice of 2 running numbers available on this weathered BR Grey example, complete with top flap doors. A triple pack of BR Grey wagons also features top flap doors with a weathered finish, and this trio is supplied complete with coal loads. The final 16-tonner is this tops numbered model in pristine BR Grey. Adding to the engineer's fleet is this ZCA Sea Hare open wagon in the colourful orange and black scheme of low hull. Our new tooling for Grey & Farish this winter comes in the form of the HRA bogie hopper wagons. The HRAs were produced by shortening HTA wagons, of which more than 1,000 were built to carry coal, but with the phasing out of coal-fired power stations, a new use for these wagons was needed. As stone is far denser than coal, repurposing HTA wagons for aggregate was inefficient, as they could not be fully loaded before becoming overweight. Therefore, shortening the wagons allowed the same payload to be moved with a shorter length train than if unmodified HTAs were used. To create the HRAs, one hopper bay is removed from the HTA before the 2 ends are welded back together, and these changes are faithfully reproduced on these N-scale models. The majority of the real wagons are not fitted with buffers, and as too are the Grey & Farish models. However, for the outer ends of trains where buffers are required, these are included with every model for optional fitment. The first HRA was outshopped in 2017, and shortly after an order was placed to cut down more than 100 HTAs. All have entered traffic in the vibrant red livery of DB Cargo, and it is in this condition that the new Grey & Farish model will be offered, with a choice of 4 running numbers for those wishing to build up a train of wagons. We start our 00 scale offering this winter with the return of the 94XX pannier tank. The unconventional appearance of these locomotives with their extended smoke box gives the 94XXs a real presence, and this is captured in the branch line model, which also features firebox lighting, an X18 DCC decoder interface and a pre-fitted speaker, whilst all 3 of these models are also available with sound fitted. Carrying GWR green livery is number 9466, a preserved locomotive which returned to traffic in the mid-1980s and later found fame on the main line hauling steam on the Met rail tours. Going back to the BR era and carrying BR black with early emblems is number 9481. Number 9463 is our final 94XX for now, this locomotive appearing in BR black late crest livery. Another model returning to the range is the Class 20/3, and following feedback from our initial releases, we have added working marker lights to these new models. Due to the location of the Whipack light clusters on the buffer beam at the nose end, it is only possible to incorporate working marker lights at the cab end. However, as the prototypes usually run in pairs nose to nose, during normal operations you will now be able to enjoy a full complement of lights. Our first example depicts number 20301 Gresty Bridge and carries original DRS blue livery, and this is joined by stablemate 2311 Class 2050. In the later DRS Compass livery is number 2309, and again a matching pair is available as we present 2308 in the same Compass colour scheme. Taking the story of the Class 20 back to the early days, we are delighted to present this model of an original Class 20 in BR green livery. Sporting headcode boxes, 8156 is modelled during the post-steam era, having lost the D prefix from its running number and with full yellow ends, complete with a weathered finish. From the same era, we have another headcode box example, number D8308, which was outshopped in 1967. Carrying BR blue livery from new, with steam traction still in use at the time, the locomotive carries a D prefix to avoid any potential number clashes with any steam locomotive carrying the same number. Moving forwards to the Tops era, we find another headcode box fitted locomotive, number 2158 in BR Blue. Also sporting headcode boxes is one of Thornaby's Pet 20s, which received the depot's house livery of BR Blue with white cab roof and red sole bars, along with the depot's Kingfisher motif on the bonnet doors. This example depicts 2173 Wensleydale. Our last Class 20 for now is 20088, a disc headcode locomotive which carries BR Rail Freight livery, wearing the triple grey scheme applied as the base for each of the Rail Freight sector liveries, but without any sector branding. We have one further Class 37 arriving this winter, which is number 37069 Thornaby TMD. Carrying another Thornaby take on BR Blue livery, 37069 sports a white stripe at shoulder level along each body side, orange Cantrell lining and the depot's Kingfisher motif. Like all of our Class 37s, 37069 showcases the depth of tooling suite available for the Branchline 37, with many locomotive specific details. These include the split head codes which have been plated and fitted with marker lights, the buffer beam valances that have been removed, and the oval buffers that are fitted. The bodyside steps are plated and the water filler door sealed, whilst the water tank has been converted to a fuel tank and its gauge is plated over. This locomotive runs on cast bogies with original speedo drive and mileage counter. It's another English Electric machine next, and Class 40 number D345. Depicting the locomotive in its current condition as operating on the main line and preserved railways, D345 carries BR Green livery with small yellow panels, but with the modern adornments of an orange Cantrail stripe and overhead warning flashes. This locomotive showcases new tooling not previously seen in the Branchline main range, with high-intensity headlights fitted below the central headcode panels. Following the launch of the refurbished SEP in our autumn announcements, today we can reveal further new models covering the refurbished units in their 4-car format. Each 4-car unit features interior and end lighting, with a 21-pin DCC decoder socket employed along with conductive coupling bars between vehicles, so that only one decoder is required for DCC. A sound-fitted version of each is also available. Our first refurbished 4SEP is number 411506, which carries BR Blue and Grey livery. Next is the so-called Jaffa-Cake livery of BR's London and South East sector, with set number 1522 appearing in the eye-catching brown, grey and orange scheme. The successor to this operation was Network South East, and their well-known red, blue and white livery is carried by set number 1512. Next we move to rolling stock and the first of our new tooling announcements for Bachmann Branchline this winter. Following the success of the all-new Thompson coaches, we are delighted to expand the range with these brand new full brake vehicles. Featuring a wealth of detail and with close coupling mechanisms, these new coaches are the perfect addition to run with our Thompson passenger carriages or as part of a parcels train. Produced in 4 liveries and with 2 running number choices per livery, we start with the LNER teak effect, employed by the LNER to simulate the wood panelling traditionally employed on its wooden-bodied vehicles. BR Crimson and Cream is next, and the clean lines of this 2-tone livery look particularly smart on the smooth sides of these steel-bodied vehicles. BR Maroon was the standard colour scheme employed from 1956 onwards, and again, 2 examples are available in this livery. From the mid-60s, BR's corporate identity called for all-over blue for non-passenger carrying coaches, and many of the Thompson full brakes survived long enough to earn a repaint, including the vehicles depicted by this pair. We move on to freight stock next and an influx of 14-ton tank wagons, starting with this example in Shell BP Buff livery. Note the different markings on each side of the tank. Next is the red wagon of the Olympia Oil and Cake Co, and this silver wagon with Esso markings. The power tank is also finished in silver, whilst buff is the base colour for the Trent Oil Products livery. Another buff example is branded Power Petrol, whilst the white tarmac wording provides a stark contrast to the black livery of this wagon, and blue and red is the colour scheme employed on this Brotherton tank. The much larger, more modern equivalent of the 14-tonner is the 102-ton TEA Bogie tank wagon, and we are delighted to present a pair of wagons in Jet Conoco light grey livery, with one example in pristine condition and the other carrying a weathered finish. A similar duo is available in Mirko Grey, again with a pristine example and one supplied with weathering. 2 more MFA open wagons will be released, with one example carrying the EWS livery of maroon and gold, and a second in DB Cargo Red. Both are supplied complete with a wagon load. Our second new tooling for Bachmann Branchline this winter sees the HRA bogie hopper wagons produced in 00 scale as well as N. The first of these shortened HTA wagons entered traffic in 2017, and since then more than 100 HTAs have been converted into HRAs. The vibrant red livery of DB Cargo is again the colour of choice, and we have 4 different running numbers for you to choose from, making it quick and easy to form a train of these impressive wagons without duplicating numbers. As the prototypes use Buckeye couplings within the rake, with buffers and conventional draw gear only fitted at the outer ends, each model is supplied with a set of optional buffers. Buckeye couplings are pre-fitted, but these can be substituted for the standard tension lock couplings, supplied with every model, which attach via NEM sockets. Well, that's all for today, folks. You can see all of these new models on display at the Worley National Model Railway Show, which takes place at the ANC Birmingham in a few weeks' time. And don't forget, you're invited to join us in the Kinesis Theatre. We'll be back here with more new announcements next year, but until then, remember to visit the Bachmann website at bachmann.co.uk, where you can find the latest news, product availability information, and find your nearest retailer. Bachmann has always been a proud supporter of independent retailers, and these are the only places to buy Bachmann products. So why don't you support your local model shop and head on down today to see what they've got on the shelves. You can find out what's arriving soon by signing up to our weekly arrivals newsletter using the link below. For this video, please like and share with your friends and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you'll be the first to hear about our news, videos and future announcements. Thank you to all of our retail partners for their support and enthusiasm this year. And we would like to extend our very best Christmas wishes to all Bachmann Collectors Club members, our customers and consumers. Well, that's everything for today. We look forward to seeing you back here in 2024. And until then, thanks for watching. Goodbye.